Hi, I'd like to start off by saying, hey, I'm sorry I haven't been making videos lately. I mean, like, life's kind of gotten in the way in the last week or so. But anyway, I just wanted to clear the air with that, and I'm going to start off with my Smackdown review this week for June 22nd, 2012. So Smackdown kicked off this week with Teddy Long coming out to the ramp area and saying that John Laurinaitis is fired, and Mick Foley's going to be the guest GM tonight. Well, gee, Teddy, I watched Raw this week. I know that he was going to be the GM tonight. I know Johnny Ace was fired. But thanks for the reminder, you know. So anyway, Big Show comes out to the ring and Jesus Christ. Oh my God, Show. This is God, you about put me to sleep with this promo, dude. And then you get Brodus Clay coming down to the ring with the Funkadactyls. I'm sure Schleg Daddy, you love that, brother. But so then he comes to the ring to attack Show, and then Show basically gives him the business, and then Clay gets a few shots in, and then you get my boy David Otunga with the big shot block right on the injured leg of Brodus Clay, which gives Show an advantage, and eventually he gives them the WMD, and then somebody should call your mama, Brodus. And then you get Otunga doing his little dance. It's like, oh, but oh well. If anything good came out of this segment, at least Show put his name into the Money in the Bank match. So building up to that pay-per-view somewhat, huh? Well, then you get the first actual match of the night, which is Ryback. Pretty good spot for this guy. And I tell you what, McMahon's really pushing hard on this, and I think it's a good thing. I mean, Lord knows they've struggled to make new stars in the past few years. It's like, God, who's the last big star you can name that they've created in the last 10 years? But anyway, it squashes two more local guys. One of them is actually the cousin of Brickhouse Brown. And if you don't know who he is, hey, do a Google search on him. But that's about all you can say about this match. Is another big squash, and I hope they really stay the course on this, because the crowd's getting into the chant of "Feed me more, feed me more." Hey, this gimmick might be starting to get over. And if it does, look out. Then the next match was probably Mr. Route's favorite match on the card. Christian against Alberto Del Rio. Well, match is okay. Actually, this past week was a pretty good week for ADR. I mean, he gets submission victories over both the U.S. champion, Santino, and he gets it tonight against Christian. I mean, it's one thing to submit Santino Morella because he's kind of a joke anyway. I mean, granted, I do like Santino. Don't get me wrong here, but he really is a joke. And Christian, he's your Intercontinental Champion, and God, you're making him kind of look weak there, having him submit to the cross arm breaker, and they're still trying to make ADR a big deal. Well, I'll tell you what, the really big deal on that team is Ricardo Rodriguez, damn it. And then after the match, Cody Rhodes comes down and he texts Christian from behind, says, "You're stealing my time, you're stealing my time." It's like, yeah, and in a way I agree with that, actually, because Cody Rhodes, you shouldn't be wasting your time with Christian in the Intercontinental title. You should be getting bumped up to the main event there, dude. Okay, then your 1 hour main event. And stop me if you've seen this before. Daniel Bryan against Kane. Oh my God. You know, I I get really sick of seeing the same shit on SmackDown that you get on Raw. I mean, God, if I want to watch Raw, I'll watch that. I'm not going to need to watch SmackDown because I'm going to get a lot of the same shit. AJ was the guest timekeeper. I mean, I'm as big of a fan as AJ as a lot of guys are. I mean, the geek goddess and all, but God. Oh man. Kane ends up winning clean. Sort of. God, this is. I'm just sick of saying the same shit every fucking week. So then you get Mick Foley, who's coming out of the ring, finally, after Teddy Long announced him at the beginning of the show. He's doing his usual cheap pops and all this stuff, but then you get the one-man Southern rock band, Heath Slater. And he ends up taking on Zack Ryder. Wasn't much of a match. Ryder wins clean with the Rough Rider, and I'm okay with that because, yeah, Heath Slater's getting on TV, but the guy fucking sucks. Okay, next a tag team match with the Usos and the PTPers, the Primetime Players, with Abraham Saddam Washington. Yes. Oh, it's kind of Primetime Players win thanks to the distraction by AEW. I really do hope that they become the tag team champions here in the near future because, I mean, AEW is just, I mean, he's just the kind of manager that WWE needs. He might be one of the top 5 talkers in the WWE right now, and I mean, God, he hasn't even been there that long. I mean, he hasn't been on the main roster back on the main roster that long, so it's a good thing to see him. And I thought this was worth mentioning, sort of, kind of. Young and O'Neil, they find Primo and Epico in the back with Rosa, and they start going at it in the back. Gee, could we possibly have a tag team feud? What a concept! Oh, I guess they meaning SmackDown needed an excuse to get Santino on television. I didn't understand what the point of this segment really was, but they showed him just panning across the crowd to show signs, and finally they come across one that says "I love Santino," or some lady that I'm sure Schleg Daddy would love. And they were both wearing matching Cobras. He invited her into the ring. Both their Cobras end up kissing, and then the lady decides to stick her tongue down Santino's throat, and God, he's just a big mess. It's like, what was really the point of this segment? Okay, then you got the main event. Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler rematch from No Way Out. Well, if you saw No Way Out, you didn't really need to watch this match because you basically got the same thing. This was a Breakfast Club finish if I've ever seen one. I mean, yeah, Ziggler did a good job of making Sheamus look good, and he sells well and everything, but I'll tell you what, Sheamus really is a member of the Breakfast Club now because it's not Randy Orton hitting a RKO out of nowhere. It's Sheamus hitting the bro kick out of nowhere. Looked like Ziggler had him going there for a bit, but all of a sudden, boom, game over. Ziggler does yet another job on television. Oh. First of all, Ziggler's supposed to be a heel, and he can't even get any heat. Even with Vicky Guerrero around, I mean, Vicky Guerrero is supposed to be a heat magnet, and she probably should have won Most Hated Wrestler of the Year the last 2 years by Pro Wrestling Illustrated. even though she's not a wrestler. It's just like Ziggler. I keep beating it. I keep beating a dead horse here, but Ziggler needs to get rid of Vicky Guerrero. Period. Oh man, my final thoughts on this show is that God, WWE is really hard to watch right now. It really is. I'm sorry, but I mean, I'd be rather watching TNA right now because TNA at least has got interesting storylines going on right now. But God, it's just like you see the same shit on Raw that you see on SmackDown. You pretty much see all your Raw guy. You see a bunch of your top Raw guys on SmackDown trying to build that back up or build it up or whatever. But it's just like, oh, it's just like, are 12-year-olds writing this show? I mean, really? I mean, just don't. Ugh. I just don't understand this all. It's just like, there's not really much more I can say about this show, I don't think. But anyway, let me know what you thought down below. And that's all I can say for now. Bye.